person being a dumbass because they didn't think of first. Yeah, no, I'm trying to rationalize my own obstinance when it comes to AI free code. Well, not AI free coding, but just not prompting the AI to do all the work versus using the one button solution in FL Studio. I'm trying to figure out if there's I got a little cognitive dissonance happening. Trying to figure that one out. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that EQ preset. Let me find it. Where are you here, bud? There you are. Okay, how do I just open this in FL? Do I need to open it on a different project? They need to do what they're damn well told. See, I like kind of working through the problems myself, and like I like typing. I like having a really intimate kind of knowledge of my own code base. Like with SPACEMAN, the code base is a huge fucking mess, an enormous mess. However, I can tell you exactly where every single. Sorry, I'm just trying to get I gotta get the YouTube chat thing going here. I can get this on my other screen. What was I talking about? Fuck. Jesus. All over the goddamn place these days. Okay, one thing I thought I should do, actually, I wonder if this will work. Can I take this? No. I was hoping I could just take just the chat. I guess I could just drag it and place it myself. I was hoping I could use like rectangle with it and treat it like a normal window. Have the YouTube one there. Mind you, YouTube could be tiny. We rarely even have YouTube chatters. And then get the Twitch one. Where's chat here? YouTube there, and then I thought it would be nice if I could just kind of tab to my chat window, but I might need like a tiling window manager or something to do that. Cleavage is lovely in moderation. Moderation, hey? Just drag it into FLK. I don't need no moderation there. Thank you very much. Starting cuts. Sweet. All right. Little update on the battle system. We have a loop. What the fuck is this? Oh, nice. This is just like your low cut and your high cut kind of starting position. Should that go in front of everything? Like up at the top? Yeah, dude, that's streaming. Literally just switching between three different, like a schizophrenic, like an actual fucking schizophrenic. Oh yeah, the raffle. Okay, let's open up another. It's like when you got 15 fucking tabs open in Chrome. Okay, there we go. Let's do this raffle. Where are you? CloudBot, giveaways. What should we do? Should we do a Spaceman? Spaceman eyeball shirt or mug? What are we thinking? Should be right before the limiter if using it on the master bus. Spaceman mug. Showing how rigged it is. Oh. Don't want you to see my fucking shit. Unless you want to send me some money. There we go. We're back. Exclamation point raffle. Get in there. Nikki, thank you very much. Yeah, exactly. You gotta log in and be like, holy fuck. This guy's life is terrible. Alrighty. Let's keep going on the list here. What do we got? I'm gonna change it to everybody's favorite. What's going on here now? There we go. Everybody's favorite light mode. Ah, it's refreshing. Feels nice, doesn't it? Feels alive. No, it's it actually is easier to see on stream with this light shining in my face. It's funny. I was watching some of the stream back from last night, trying to find some clips or whatever. Ooh, I didn't even fucking read. I remember when you sent it, and then I was like, dude, I do this all the time. I wish there was a mark as unread on Discord, because I open it and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna read that later, and then I fucking never do. Drag the dots and use the BW knobs, widen or tighten the curve. Right, okay. See, my problem is I know how to use the plugin. I just don't know what I'm trying to do. That's my big problem. I'm just and people always tell, they're like, you gotta mix with your ears, not your eyes. And I'm just it's weird. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what I need to know. When I'm trying to do, when I'm trying to learn something or I'm trying to do something, I need to know what the goal is, very specifically. And with mixing, I'm just I don't know what I'm trying to hear. I don't know what the goal is. Boolean, welcome in, my dude. Everybody follow Boolean. It's going to visualize what you hear. I know, but I don't, how do I put it? I don't know what I should cut and what I should boost. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what I'm trying to do with it. That's my biggest problem. There's no specific, everyone just says make it sound good or what, but there's no specific, at least I haven't been able to find a specific, here's what you're trying to do when you're mixing. Boolean has been one of my favorite new hangs on Twitch. It's good to see you, dude. How are you doing today? We got a raffle going on. We're raffling off a Spaceman mug. We find it here. Oh, we got no image of it. It's a cool mug. Take it from me. Find it here. Make a vid that explains it. Yeah, please do, because it's just I've never understood. I think the closest I've gotten is you're trying to give each instrument or whatever, each part its own place in the mix, right? So you're trying to sort of boost up the natural frequencies of that instrument and then remove kind of everything else to make room for the other stuff. Is that the idea? You want your mouth on it, all right. Storefront. Here, maybe we'll do it this way so you can see what the mug actually is here. This is the one. Exclamation point raffle. You can win yourself. You cut everything you don't need from an instrument, then you shape what's remaining of that instrument. Okay. And then you never really, I think I remember you telling me this once. Maybe I'm wrong. But you never really EQ an instrument by itself, right? Because it's all relative to everything else that's going on. Maybe like at the end phase when you're shaping the tone of the instrument, you would do a little bit of that. But generally speaking, it's more about the context that it's in, right? Than the individual thing. When we were doing a lot of recording and mixing on stream, I felt like I was kind of starting to get close to it, but I still sort of just felt like, I kind of felt like I was at like a wine tasting thing. And they're like, do you taste the chocolatey tones? And I'm like, sure do. But it just all tastes like red wine. Generally do it for the whole mix. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's make some progress. I didn't fucking get jack shit done this morning. Okay, so let's keep going here. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we're rocking with. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I added a different tone in the clap, but I'm still not happy with it. Still sounds more like kind of like boing. I like the low one. Whoop. Okay, that didn't I thought I just removed the reverb from that. Not all of the effects. Little crab guy. Guitar doesn't need anything down in the range that a subwoofer pumps out bass. And if you don't cut it from guitar track, then it robs power of the bass due to interference. Okay, that makes sense. Shoo. Okay, what the fuck happened here? Did I get rid of all my effects accidentally? Oh, shit. Or wait, insert two. Here we go. Oh no, I just turned them all off because we were looking at the sound goodizer. Oh yeah, how does this fruity squeeze work? I kind of got distracted there. Let's pull this back up. Pull up the squeeze. Shoo. Fruity squeezy, baby. Shoo. Shoo. Square eyes. Shoo. Shoo. Oh, I see. Shoo. Puncher. Turn it up in the mix. Turn gain down. Shoo. Oh, that distorts the shit out of it, eh? Shoo. Shoo. That's pretty cool. That'll be cool for like, I've been thinking about when you actually talk to characters. What I like it when games make, like when they have, it sounds like a language, but it's not like a real language. It's kind of like some like weird, kind of like Papers, Please, where it's just kind of that like, like that kind of shit. It'd be cool to have this kind of an effect on that. Square eyes, 70%. Shoo. 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 It's kind of cool. Shoo. 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 A little bit more. Shoo. 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 That's cool. Shoo. I don't know if it's the right tool for this exact thing, but shoo. Shoo. That is a cool way to turn audio into just like, yeah, noise. That sounds fucking cool as shit. Oh, that in conjunction with the other stuff is actually pretty cool. Very noisy. Again, I don't think it's the right tool for this job, but that is really cool. That's dope. This actually, I think I want it to be... Yeah, I don't like the reverb on it. But a little bit more... More like that. A little more resonance, maybe. Okay, I like that. That's cool. Okay, so then what we'll do is we'll go here. Export it one more time. And this one's called swipe.ogg. There we go. Alrighty. Get the NES Blades of Steel sound. Okay, that's sick. I'm gonna play with that. Oh yeah, added a like a warble when you miss a note. Oh dude. I can be the exact same, dude. Yeah, I like that. That sounds better. Okay, so. Oh, you can load audio into the oscillator. Where's the old oscillator? Let's just load that one we just did. Obviously, it's got all the processing on it, but... Then how do you do it? Click the wave icon on one, top right of the waveforms. Oh, this one here. Oh, I see. Do I gotta reload it again, or? There's some workflow stuff in FL Studio I'm still figuring out. Like, I don't know how you actually, like, just play it now from here. Okay, but how do I... Do I gotta... Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Oh, so you load... Okay. See, I'm even sampling and shit confuses me. Oh, so you load that in there, and then I would take that audio, and I could just do whatever with it. Oh, dude, okay. That's cool as fuck. Oh, dude. Okay, I want to turn this off for a sec. Dude, the shit you can do with this. Holy moly. All right, we got to crank these back up, right? It's too loud. Oh, man. Whoa. Good note for a bee enemy, yeah. Wow, that's really cool. Oh, man. Okay. That's like... It's cool because sometimes, like, I like the idea of being able to make sound effects with my... Yeah, Pokemon vibes big time. Also, Chad Slapper, good to see you, dude. I like the idea of being able to make sound effects with my mouth because sometimes it's hard to find some. You're like, I just want a sound that goes shoop or whatever, right? You can just record it and fucking process the absolute shit out of it between this and like the distorter or whatever the hell that one was called, and then the way what was it? The squeeze. Damn, I'm liking that. That sound is really cool. I have to use that now. I got to use that for something. Raffle time. All right. We're going to pick a winner. A wiener. Excuse me. All righty. Your wiener is... Southpaw. Rigged. Everybody say rigged. It's always rigged. Southpaw, let us know if you're still here, dude. And if you are... The Spaceman mug is yours. Rigged. He was switching the phone. Okay, we'll give him a minute or two. We'll give him a minute or two here. Dude, this is kind of blowing my mind. Oh yeah, you got the Spaceman shirt. Like, I never even thought of exporting a processed audio and then just taking that audio and more processing it even more. Okay, I'm gonna call this Buzz or something like that. That's just really cool. Oh boy, I could see myself spending many nights just hammering that bowl and sitting here till 4 a.m, pissing around. Ooh, that's so cool. Number 3 to a square wave. Dude, yeah, this is cool. This is good to have a fucking, like, someone who knows FL Studio and just music production in general because, man, this stuff is so... Like, it would have taken me a bazillion years to actually, like, figure that out on my own. I mean, it makes sense now that I see it. Yeah, you should be able to just load a sample. Oh, wait. There we go. Man, that is cool. Fuck. Holy shit. New toy. Yeah. Notes plus the sound. Tardif knows FL? Man, I haven't talked to Tardif in a long time. I was thinking about him actually not too long ago. I haven't seen him in... Man, I'm trying to think of the last time. Pre-COVID, probably. Man, is that cool? Hell yeah. Thank you for the lesson there, Freezing. That's so sick. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to make sound effects with my fucking mouth. Yeah, maybe that was it. Vic's Tavern. Or I think I went with him and Zoe once to that arcade here in town where McNally's used to be. I don't even think it's still there anymore. Ballers, I think it was called. I think I went with them once since then, but they're like, yeah, it's probably been around then. Okay, let's get some background music. I only got like 45 more minutes. This ended up just being a yapping stream, but that's okay. So this royalty-free music playlist I found on Spotify turns out isn't royalty-free. I got a bunch of strikes on my YouTube channel. I guess not strikes, but just the channel was unaffected, but it blocked the video in a bunch of territories because of all this shit. So we'll just go back to our classic. Back to this one. How many views? 664,000. I swear we're 600,000 of those views. Winges, yeah, those bastards. Okay, so remaining pips turn red during flash attack, visually move player. All right, so I actually do want to do, so that pinch attack, let's run it one more time. I'll lose here. Yeah, Southpaw's got, let's give him one more minute, and if not, we'll pick a new winner. It's not a terrible sound effect, but I was thinking more of like a shoo, or like a shing, like a shing. But then maybe I'm thinking also each attack should maybe have its own sound effect. So a pinch, maybe something more like a would be better, like a, you know. So you can use the node editor to feed as many synths as you want into a node and make a combined sound. Oh my God. Southpaw, welcome back, dude. Hey, you won the raffle, buddy. We were just about to pick a new winner. The sound of air brakes releasing. Let me get another YouTube going here. Whoop. Piss off. Oh, is this the like what buses and stuff do? That sound? That like letting out the air kind of a sound? Honestly, that wouldn't be bad to take that and then turn it, like process the shit out of it. Honestly, wouldn't be terrible. It's kind of cool. It's too long though. Sweet. Yeah, that's actually kind of a cool idea. It's like some Foley shit, hey? You take a sound that's not related to the actual thing. That I never actually thought of that. Just taking actual existing sounds and processing them instead of doing it with my mouth. That's cool. Speed it up NFL. Yeah, hell yeah. That's cool. Yeah, click that link there, dude. Let us know if it worked. Rua, good to see you. Welcome in. Sorry, I'm missing a whole bunch of people here today. The first one, yeah, I think I agree with that. That was, where was it here? This one. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Nikki. Yeah, just that. Cool. Okay, hell yeah. That's awesome. Okay, what we're going to do, I'm going to stick with this sound effect for now just because I want to, there's some other code stuff I want to do. I want to do this remaining pips turning red, and then I kind of want them to, like, I'm thinking of like a rolling counter kind of a thing that counts up. I kind of want to get that effect going. And yeah, and I got to take a dump, and I only got like fucking, I guess we could maybe go till 2:30. I got about an hour. Original sound Easter eggs in the game. That's a cool idea too. That's called the French cuisine. Yeah, I'll tinker with the sounds later. Do that a little bit tonight. Okay, I do got to go take a freaking dump though. Oops. I'll take a quick $5 here. Throw these tunes back on. Sample the dump sound. Rule 6. What's rule 6? Oh. The only one I know is rule 34, baby. Oh, don't shit your... Oh, my own rule. Damn, you're right. Hey, I'm allowed to break my own rules. They're my rules. It's you that's not allowed to shit your pants. Oh, buddy, I live for rule 34, okay? Rule 34 is the only thing that gets me out of bed. All right. All right. BRB. I'm gonna make another cup of coffee too, so it'll be a couple minutes here. I hath returned. Yeah. Yeah, right. Just got one of them spam texts. You got an e-transfer returned. Fart game way back when. He was thinking about us recording our farts for the game. I forgot about that. That would have been hilarious. It was great, actually. It was a perfect U formation. Just a long, snaky bastard. Just a thing of beauty. Okay, let's see if we can make a little progress here. Nearly home, nipped into a shop. Nipped, hey? Ate all the chocolate earlier. Hell yeah. Dude, there's been times when Anna will like buy something special for Sadie, like some snacks, and then I'll fucking like go in the cupboard and eat it, and Anna's just like, that was for Sadie. That's very true, Auntie Ladane. There was one thing where, oh yeah, there were all these cookies. This was around Christmas time. It was like the sugar cookies. And they were just blank, like they didn't have anything on them. And I was like, oh, jackpot. Like there was just this big container of fucking blank cookies. I just ate the whole thing, and then yeah, Anna like woke up the next morning. She's gonna like decorate all these Christmas cookies with Sadie. Fucking all the cookies were gone. Like, whoops. Oh, you should know better. Come on, you gotta hide that shit. It's like leaving a steak out, leaving a raw steak out in front of your dog. What do you think's gonna happen? Okay, let's try and do this. This remaining pips turn red during the flash attack. So, when that actual flash happens, I believe that's in this class here. Attack effect. Nope. This one. Whoops. Yes. Now, does attack effect have like has an is finished? Okay. Basically what I'm imagining is there's that flash where it goes and then I want the pips to all turn red during that flash. So if we run it here again, 4 Tesco sandwiches and some mini Scotch eggs, let's go. Dude, every morning on these morning streams, which isn't even morning, it's noon. But I fucking often skip breakfast, and then I get so hungry because we always start talking about food. So here. So this happens, you failed to destroy the crab, it attacked with a devastating pinch, and then once it does that, all these guys are red. So maybe we need a public method, like flash finished. And then we can do so this will be right down at the bottom. We'll call it flash finish. Okay, and then what we'll do is sound plate sound alpha lerp. So is the alpha where do we actually use the alpha lerp? We use that for the, is this the white rectangle dest? Here we go, the flash rect. Oh, here we go. Flash elapsed is less than flash duration. Where does this, whoops. So that's always increasing. So then for our flash finished, we should be able to just do this, right? Return flash elapsed is greater than or equal to flash duration, right? I think that should do it. And then what we're going to want to do is in our loot box here, this is where it gets a little bit weird because I have all these, some of this stuff is like, I like to, I generally when I'm coding, I like to break things down into like lots and lots of small little kind of components. But in this case with the battle, there's almost maybe a few too many. It's a little bit indirect because the thing that actually draws the, or actually, I don't think it'll be that bad actually now that I think about it. HP Rex, is that in this? No. What class is that in? Is it in battle? Maybe it is. HP Rex. What the fuck? Maybe it is in, oh no, it's in, this is why. It's in here. HP Rex, yes. Because each of those rectangles in the battle is its own class. Oh, I love Greg's. Greg's is so good. This afternoon, it's going to be a Sadie Daddy afternoon, which is going to be really fun. My sister and her husband have like an empanada making business. And Anna's been helping them out. So Sadie right now is at Anna's mom's. I'm gonna go pick her up after the stream. Just gonna go around and do some shit, but we'll get some food. Korean style barbecue pork belly. You know, I'm not huge on pork belly because of how fatty it is, but I would eat some pork belly right now. Okay, so this shouldn't be too bad. Then what we'll do here is we'll add a public method here, and we'll just call it, let's call it change rect, change HP rect color, and it'll take a color. And then let's define that function. So this is bottom battle rect. HP rect color. It'll take a color. And then we'll just say, so we'll probably just have to store where we actually draw. Excuse me. Excuse me. So utils draw floating rects. What we'll do is we'll get this to take a color. Southpaw, who's probably watching slightly, how like is any of this a code smell? The fact that I got like, you know, I want to change the color in one thing, so I got to go to my loot box, which is sort of like the class that controls the ending dialogue and text. I have to make a method in there to see when the flash has been done. And then I got to go to my bottom battle rect and make a method in there. And then because it calls a utility function, now I got to go to utils and change this to take a color. Is any of this like bad or wrong or a code smell, or is this pretty typical? I'm always curious because I've never worked in a professional setting. I've never worked coding on a team. So I never know if what I'm doing is good or if it's smart or bad or dumb or whatever. I'm always trying to like learn the best practices, but like you can only Google so much. I guess Chad Slapper would know too. Doesn't look awful. It is a little bit of it. There is a little bit of indirection, I think. Maybe like some of these smaller classes could probably be combined into little bigger ones, but at the same time, I do like small classes because you can change shit without without having too much coupling, I guess. What are we trying to do? Looking at drawing floating rects. Let's go here. We'll just set we'll go color. We'll put it at the end. And we'll just set it to white by default so I don't have to change any other draw calls. Oh, hold on a second. This is kind of a stupid way to do it, actually, now that I think about this. Because this function should actually be just in the bottom battle rect. It shouldn't be a utility function, now that I think about it. Because it's taking these HP recs and then just calling draw on them. Which then in this function here, I'm calling in the draw, I'm passing the HP recs back to this function that I'm calling in here. That's stupid. We should just do this in, let me just do this. Calculate pitch increase. Let's just go static void, draw floating rects. Or probably makes more sense to make it a member function, maybe. Excuse me. What am I fucking doing here, man? Sometimes you're like, why the hell did I do it this way? This seems kind of stupid. Because HP rect is its own thing. So we need to pass active, inactive, extra. Oops. Smaller than a couple is good. The price is propagating APA changes like you're doing. Yeah, exactly. Kind of common when you add something like that, end up threading it through multiple interfaces. Yeah, parallel park the van. Let's go. Gonna refactor the whole hog, shove it in the class. Yeah, it should be right. Since it's going to actually need to know about, because the bottom battle rect, so it controls the state of like how many. Let's run it one more time here. So this part here where they go, broop, it has all that state, how many have been revealed, right? And how many, it controls the pitch. It's playing a sound and determining the pitch and all that. So if we're gonna have a function that's affecting the HP rects, which are the members of the battle rect, may as well just make it a member, right? Let's do that. So let's go here. So we'll go bottom battle rect.h. Be a public method or a private one. It'll be void draw HP rects. And we're going to need okay, we won't need to pass the recs because that's already a member. We don't need to pass count because that's going to be recs revealed. We already have that as a member. We will want y offset because that's going to get passed from the main battle class. Or we called it Bob offset. We'll call it that, Bob offset. And then we do want color, but we'll set the color to white by default. Oops. Okay, and then we'll go to bottom battle rect dot say pie. Draw HP rects, and that needed, what did it need again? Bob offset. You know, to be consistent, I've been calling color call everywhere I pass it. So just for the sake of consistency, we'll do that. There we go. Okay, now we can basically just shoink from here. Where is it? Okay, so instead of count, it'll be rects revealed. And instead of rects, it'll be HP rects. Oh. Okay, and then let's just make sure this didn't break anything. Or what did I call it? Draw HP rects. Y offset, and we'll just leave it like that. This draw HP rects const bottom bottle rect function is not marked const. Oh. Oh yeah, this could be const. It's not going to change anything. Not going to change any state, I don't think. Line definition. Oops. There we go. Okay, let's see if it broke. Dream Urchin, welcome in. How are you doing? Hell yeah. Add jail. Damn. What's going on? Fuck yeah. What's up? What's up? What's up? How are you doing? HP rect. Sorry, HP rect is these little guys here, the little pips at the bottom. But it looks like it's all working still. Okay, that's all working. So now what I need to do is in HP rects, this also needs to now take a color. Y offset is 0, and again we'll go color call equals white. Okay, and then is we'll change all these. So when it's active, I'm trying to think. That's when it's just white, right? Inactive, it just draws the lines. The lines will actually keep white. Extra, it draws green. You know, another way to do this. Another way to do this would just be to add another state here. Call it like damage. And then just draw red when it's damaged, when it's a damage one. And then we just set the state of those. Okay, I gotta kind of think about the threading here again. So let's go back to this one. So we trigger our attack effect. Our attack effect now tells us once that flash has been finished. So then the loot box class, these are terribly named classes. The loot box class is going to go, because this is where the attack effect is, right? The loot box goes, okay, the flash happened. Now color all those babies red. I'm passing color here, but that honestly might be worse than... You know what? I'm going to do it this way. I think I'm going to go HP rect. We're just going to give it another state. And then we can just call hprex.draw. We don't got to worry about passing color to this function, because the state will just be handled in the hprex themselves. I think that's the better way to do it. I do still think it's also better to have this draw hprex be a member of the battle rect rather than the utility class. So I'll keep that. I think that makes sense. So now we just need to get our... whoops. I added another method here, right? Didn't I add pelt? No. Which one did I? Change HP rect color. So instead of this, let's call this set HP rects damage. I think set HP rex damage, and then okay, so then we'd go set HP rex damage, and what that's going to do is we're going to say so now we need to know how many HP rects are... Yeah, so we'll go 4. In HP rects. And we'll say if rect.is active. Oops. Rect dot, we'll call this set damage. And what we'll do is we will go to our HP rect class. We'll give it a set damage. And what we'll do is we'll say state equals HP rect state damage. And then we'll go to our draw. Let's add another case. And take all this. And we're just going to change this to red. Oops. Okay. And then that should all be good. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take, we now need our white flash. So in our bottom battle rect, I'll turn this down a little bit. A little too epic for me there. What am I trying to do? Don't get distracted. Don't look at chat for a sec. Okay, so then our bottom battle rect has a public method called set HP rex damage. Okay, so then, and then loot box. This is the last little piece of the puzzle here, I think. Oops. So this is also going to need a bool, white flash finished. That'll be before calculate final X's. There it is. Or bool. Loot box, white flash finished. Excuse me. And then that's going to return, attack effect dot flash finished. Okay, and then battle box, drawing text, revealing HP, battle, end battle, revealing rewards. That's in this state here. Loot box update. So then we'll say if, and I believe it was loot box, right? Loot box dot white flash finished. Then we are going to say bottom rect dot set HP rex damage. Let's see how bad we broke everything. Looking at open holes, entire porn industry is built around it. Ooh. All right. Sorry, I missed all the chat there. I love encapsulation. Man, I was listening to a lot of like Jonathan Blow and Casey Muratori, Ginger Bill. Who else? There's all these like game dev guys who I really respect. They're amazing programmers, far better than I am. Absolutely. Far more experienced. They're legends in the industry, right? But there's sort of this really anti-OOP trend right now, at least like on fucking like internet tech world, YouTube and Twitter tech world mostly. So I was listening to these guys and I wrote Spaceman in like very procedural style. No like objects. Well, I mean, objects kind of naturally arise, but no like not like proper OOP. And I honestly found that whenever I had a problem, if I solved it by just making like a self-encapsulated little class, a little object, and then I just like attached, like one of the things that these guys will say is like Zozing, he's another guy. And again, I really like these guys. I watch tons of their shit. But what they'll say is like, you don't want to attach methods and like functions behavior should be behavior and data should be data, and you keep them separate. And OOP combines those two things into objects. Dude, I found, at least with games programming, anytime I took that approach, it just totally solved my problem. Because it's kind of nice that you can like, it makes state resetting so easy because you just discard the current object and just create a new one in its place. And a big problem I ran into around the end of SPACEMAN development was resetting all this state. Part of it was just that I had less experience as a programmer, so I had all this like static data all over the place that got really hard to reset. But I don't know, I kind of like the OOP stuff, at least for games programming. But then the other thing too is that they're like, those guys are like John Blow, not so much. John Blow, like he actually makes games, but Casey and Ginger Bill makes languages. Zozing's more of like a recreational guy. But they ship libraries more than like games. So I kind of get where they're coming from too, because like Raylib is like the graphics kind of library that I'm using for this project, and it's just pure functions, no objects, no state. You just like, it's a pure function. You give it something, you get something back out, and I actually really like using it. But I find that for myself, the way I like to think about code is like, I just like to think of my objects as being like these little machines that their whole behavior and their whole thing is like a little machine that just does its thing. And then all I have to do is like place it in the right spot and turn it on at the right time. And then it's going to go and do its thing. And that's what I like about objects. So anyways, this whole little spiel is me saying I've kind of been embracing the OOP a little bit more. But I also do get where they're coming from. If you're shipping library, like I think Raylib would be more of a pain in the ass to deal with if it wasn't just pure functions. So it's just like, I think different tools for different use cases, right? Pinkening of the walls. Hell yeah, Dream Merchant. Good to see you. Sorry, I was missing all the, blame the Rust people. Yeah, the Rust stations. What a community that is. Hey, so sometimes I'm curious about Rust, because it supposedly solves a bunch of problems that C++. It's sort of a C++ replacement language, right? But I some drama. Am I the asshole story? I love Am I the asshole? It's a great subreddit. But yeah, the Rust stations, they're a weird community, man. They're a weird fucking community. Anti-OP trend, people bitching a bitch. Complaining about politics without running for office. Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing, like just to sort of give them their due. Like I'm a team of one. I'm a hobbyist programmer. And the way I like to think about code, at least for games, has become more object-oriented as I've gained more experience. But I've also never had to deal with like a 4 decades old code base that was started in the 80s or 90s with like 20 layer deep inheritance hierarchy chains and overly convoluted design patterns shoved everywhere they don't need to be, right? OOP can lead to a lot of over-engineering and over-complexity. So I think like what a lot of this anti-OOP trend is, if I had to guess, is just it's people that have felt the pain of dealing with like, you know, working in, I don't know, finance or something and dealing with these decades old OOP code bases. So I kind of get that. I get where they're coming from, but I think I drank the Kool-Aid a little too much because I was like, well, these guys know what they're talking about. If OOP is bad, then OOP is bad. But then over time, I've kind of come to think, actually, for my own programming, I do actually quite like OOP. But then it does get to sort of these things that we were just doing here where like you want to make one little change and then you've got to propagate that change down a whole bunch of objects. But like Southpaw said, that's just sort of the price that you pay for encapsulation, right? Knights of Ni, have a great one. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. Have some good cider. Big religious following, yeah. And the community just seems a little bit weird to me. Do it all in Fortran. Because the OOP mentioned. So what is OOP in AITA? 25, discordant mix of procedural, objecty, and other styles. Yeah, that'd be crazy. OP, kind of how I learned. Yeah. I agree with that too, Freezing. When I was first starting, it's easier to conceive of, especially when you're making games. It's because objects naturally lead themselves, games naturally lead themselves to like object oriented, because like you actually have you have your skeleton enemy and he's going to walk around until he gets to original poster. Okay, gotcha. He's going to walk around, and then when you're within a certain radius, like he'll move to the enemy or to the player and attack or whatever. And like when you're doing that, it's like it makes sense for your skeleton to just be its own thing that does its own thing, right? Or your spikes or your this or that or whatever. Hey, glasses for your glasses. You wouldn't OOP a... I thought you said you wouldn't OOP a chicken. But it's interesting because now that I'm working, like I'm using C++, which is very OOP language, right? I'm using classes and a little bit of polymorphism here and there. But I definitely am getting to a point where, like in my battle, like so it is getting a little bit convoluted. So like this top rect is its own class. The middle rect is its own class. The bottom rect is its own class. Each of these little HP rects is their own class, right? The track is its own class. Each note in here is its own class. And that's nice because, again, it's like each thing just has its own state and it manages its own behavior. But then, yeah, when you want to like change, and then, so this is the loot box, is the thing that controls this whole thing. Hey, it worked. Oven open plate. Let's go. Hell yeah. So yeah, like I can see how if you're not careful, OOP could get real gnarly. Real gnarly. But yeah, I do like encapsulation. Anyways, that's just those are my brain droppings. I don't know if anyone understood a fucking word I just said. Okay, we'll go for maybe 10 or so more minutes. I did absolutely nothing today. One of those days, man. Some days it's just like bam, 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 bam. You're getting shit done. And other days you're just like, duh, what do I do? How do I change the color? But yeah, that's the thing. You like, so each like object is made up of smaller and smaller objects. It's like this fractal kind of a thing going on. You get a comic sealed in a plastic slab. Let's go. Hey, South by, you have yourself a wonderful weekend there, dude. Thank you for the help. I appreciate it. Thanks for the mug. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Speaking of which, let's reset that thing. We'll say we completed this. Enjoy your mug. Hopefully it'll be there in a week or so. And let's go to our sub goal and we'll reset the sub goal. Where are we here? Widgets. Sub goal. Where are we at? Sub goal. There we go. We were at 40, right? It wasn't over. It wasn't more than. Wednesday stream, Saturday arrival. That's pretty good. Streamlabs is actually pretty good, man. And like the quality, like I've won some Streamlabs merch on other people's streams and shit. And it's actually not bad quality. We're at 40K, perfect. Makes dicks wider, screw length. Yeah, dude. The the sound girthizer. The big girthizer. Sounds unpleasant. You just gotta learn to party a little harder there, Nikki. That's all that is. Okay, so now we got that. I only had to modify 15 files to change the color of my rectangles. Nothing wrong with that. We'll say HB rects turn red after flash. Now, I am gonna have to test something. Does that break anything if we win? Fit in, eh? Okay, didn't break anything. We're good. Good. Yeah, because this condition will just never fire if we're not in the lose condition. So that should be fine right there. Drugs, totally up for it. I had to take a suppository when I was young. I got really bad food poisoning. So bad that any medicine I took, I would just puke back up. And we were like on a little family trip. We were like camping somewhere or something. And my mom was like, hey, you got to take this medicine and go put it up your ass. And I had to like walk into the bathroom. I was like 10 and stick these little pills up my ass. And let me tell you, I fucking loved it. Take me back. Didn't know how good I had it. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so okay, so remaining pips turn red during flash, visually move to player's HP. So yeah, I was thinking it'd be kind of neat if those rects, so we'll lose here again. Get high on that shit. Hell yeah, literally. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, we want that to happen right at the start of the flash, not at the end. So then it'd be cool if this was at 0 and then they kind of went. So maybe they disappear one at a time as this increases. Now, that does change things a little bit because as it is now, this object owns the HP Rex, which is separate from this one. So either the higher level class should own the HP Rex, or we wire up some communication between these two. Their whole numbers. Damn, freezing's on fire today, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. You know what, though? I'm going to leave it there because it's going to be a bit of a job. I don't like getting halfway through solving a problem and then having to stop. I gotta go grab Sadie from Grandma's. We get some food and have some Sadie dad time. So thank you very much, everybody. Yeah, it's gonna be nice. It was really cute yesterday. Like, we were putting Sadie to bed and Anna was like, hey, can you watch Sadie tomorrow afternoon? Like, she'll be at my mom's for the morning, and then after your stream, go grab her. And Sadie was just like, Sadie daddy time. Excuse me. She like ran up and like I was sitting on the ground. She just like grabbed onto my arm and gave me a big hug. It was so sweet. I was like, oh, I can't wait. It was really nice. Yeah, everybody, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the company. She is such a sweetie. It's crazy. I'm so lucky. We'll be back on Monday, regular old stuff. Misophonia, what's that? I gotta look this up. Misophonia. Let me think about this. Phonia sounds like audio. Phonic. Misophonia. Someone must make the suffering of misophonia. What could that be? I want to make an educated guess here. I'm not looking. I didn't see it. Something about getting like a rattling in your ears from loud noises, maybe, or something like that. Let's find out. Misophonia disorder characterized by extreme dislike or hatred of... Oh, yeah, the specific sounds thing. Is that like the word moist gives people a weird feeling? Is that an example of misophonia? Yeah, exactly, Castellos, I know. Okay, let's find somebody to raid. Till 3 months in. It might just be the fact that you got a kid and they just drive you crazy. Zach, what's up, dude? Hey, we're just about to peace out here today. My son. I've abandoned my son once again. Hey, we rated this guy last week or maybe earlier this week. Otter Make Games. I like him. I liked his vibe. He seemed nice. Ooh, styrofoam rubbed together. That's a nasty one. Nails on a chalkboard. Or like scratching of cutlery on glass plates. That's a nasty one too. Okay, we're going to raid Otter. Seems like a sweet dude. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. When you hear Dove screaming. Yeah, dude. There's certain things, too. Like, Anna and I have talked about this, where there's certain, like, sounds or, like, behaviors or things that just, like, they become your pet peeve and you just fucking drive you nuts. One thing that drives me insane, this isn't a misophonia thing, but is when I'm reading Sadie a book and she keeps interrupting. Oh my God, that drives me just absolutely. I'm like halfway through a sentence and she's like, he's that guy. I'm just like, yeah, let me finish my fucking sentence, Sadie. I don't know why that one drives me absolutely insane. Another one is Eden constantly spits out her soother. So you put it in and she spits it out and you pick it up and you put it in and she spits it back out. That's another one that both of us are just like, rah! If you spit this fucking soother out one more time, I'm gonna lose it. Not because she like is crying or screaming or anything. It's just like, just keep this fucking thing in your mouth. There's like little things that'll just drive you mental. Anyways, 5 seconds. We're gonna go see Otter. Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.